Good afternoon, and I'm Venkat Reddy, director of this institute. And I heard that you are the third year students of BSc Agriculture. Okay, you are pursuing. Okay, very good. And I think you are very much enthusiastic and all are active. Okay, that is good. And your course is very much important because agriculture, without agriculture, the no other culture will progress. And agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy. And you have chosen such a field, you can contribute much to the development of country. And especially ours is a agriculture based country, because most of the people are depending on agriculture. And you can uh, uh, very much contribute to farmers and rural development and agriculture sector. And you are the better target group for us also. And that's why you have visited our institute. We are in also working in the field similar to forestry sector is also very much related to your agriculture also, because uh, we are protecting the nature, and we are protecting our biological resources. And you are also protecting your agriculture resources. And we are our research is also very much benefit to your sector also, because agriculture research, forest research, both are plant based research plant. And we also, because as you, the climate change is a major issue, that is affecting the agriculture productivity. That's why we have signed to UNFCC at international level, and UNCPD, and UNCCD at international level. In '92, we have signed this international agreement at Rio Summit. UNFCC means for combating climate change. We have signed that because of global warming. And because the rainfall, because heavy rain, floods and droughts they are happening, and we have to control this. This take this challenge. Global warming has to be reduced. And even for soils protection is also important. For that, UNCCD, United Nations Convention for combating desertification, that also we have signed. We need to protect our soils. Soil degradation has to be prevented, so that we can maintain the potential of the soils for productivity. And we have to conserve our biological resources also. Biological resources include both forest resources as well as agriculture resources, also animal plant resources, genetic resources. We need to conserve it, because our species are becoming fast extinct. And our agriculture, uh, many varieties, plant varieties are also becoming extinct. And because 90% of our land area is under cereal cultivation, like wheat and rice cultivation only. And farmers are discontinuing cultivation of many millets, many varieties of fruits, vegetables, and other kind of uh, crop varieties. They are not being cultivated. Many tuber crops, very medicinal plants. Earlier, the olden days, especially nowadays also, tribal areas, hilly areas, they are cultivating these varieties, millets. And to ensure nutritional security, we have to conserve our plant varieties, especially crop varieties. Even wild varieties also, we need to protect it. And we have, India is also signed this TRIPS agreement. I think you have trade related intellectual property rights for this is applicable to agriculture crops also. And we have signed the TRIPS treaty. India made this protection of plant varieties and farmers rights act also. And under that, those farmers who are conserving and protecting and propagating and developing crop varieties, or improving crop varieties, or conserving crop varieties, or propagating and maintaining their crop varieties, they are also, their rights also protected. And farmers, under this Plant Varieties Protection of Farmers Right Act, because those who maintain some of the plant varieties, they can have access the benefit sharing also, whenever any commercialized any plant variety like bt cotton other brands, they are being sold by many companies, branded companies. At the same time farmers rights also need to be protected. That's why this act was brought into, because as Telangana is mostly this seed companies, because it is the climate suitable, many seed companies are there in Hyderabad also, because we need to diversify our agriculture also, because of this consumption pattern of people also changing, income levels of people are also increasing now here, and now the trend has been changed. This uh, wheat, rice, they are carbohydrate diet, they are reducing, but we need high value agriculture commodities. They are finding more demand in the market, like fruits, vegetables, nuts. They are in demand. Even though they are perishable commodities, they are in demand because they are nutritionally superior. Even millets also nutritionally superior. That's what people prefer. Earlier we used to consume millets in olden days, but they have discontinued. But now government of India is also stressing to cultivate millet crops, because they are good for, they have more fiber content, less carbohydrate and fat content, and more minerals. That's why millets also have to be promoted. Under Plant Varieties Act also, this those who are conserving these plant varieties, if suppose if some commercial company like Monsanto, like BT cotton, if they develop new variety, I think those indigenous farmers who are protecting and having this wild variety or this cultivated variety of any crop species, they will also will have, um, they can be shared with benefits after commercialization of trees. Even this seed certification also important, because many farmers they're being cheated. They are the incoming losses because of less productivity, because many spurious seeds in many local areas they are selling spurious seeds, like selling that they are superior varieties of cotton or paddy or some other crop, oil seed or some chili or other crop. After growing, after raising at, I think they fail to flower, they fail to give um, yield. That's why farmers are incurring losses. And this seed certification, this seed rules are also very strict. There's spurious seeds have to be eliminated, and superior seeds have to be supplied. And um, this is the concept of this Protection of Plant Varieties Act. And seed in Hyderabad also there is a seed certifying company, and this agriculture department, they are certifying the seeds. And apart from that, we have to diversify our crops also. We have to shift from subsistence level to, we have to diversify our crops to commercial crops, like wherever, because they need more inputs. And because this Indian agriculture, there is lacking, credit facilities are also lacking, because this cooperative system is not strong in India. We have to improve our cooperative system, because in cooperative banks are functioning in district level for providing credit to our agriculture farmers, because this input to subsidy government also giving very less. But most of the farmers they depend on money lenders. But even though NABARD is some extent funding to some cooperative banks or some farmers, but these cooperative banks are in bankruptcy because of political interference or whatever may be the reason. Even some the repayment is very less, and that's why they are functioning. They are not viable, rural credit. And we have to improve that to rural. Even some developed countries, the agriculture societies, farmer societies are very strong, they can command the market. But in India, the middlemen are dominating the agriculture marketing, because most of the middlemen they are in the supply chain system agriculture commodities. Even though some corporate companies are also entering, like Reliance and other companies, they are also entering to in supply chain of fruits, vegetables, dairy products, other products. But it is very less. But if middlemen are eliminated, farmers can directly benefit from marketing of agriculture produce. That to some proper linkages have to be established, proper institutional mechanism has to be established, middleman's role has to be eliminated, so that I think there is a need to uh, providing this value addition or rural processing industries at village level itself, so that um, the middlemen can be eliminated and farmers they can involve in food processing industries at local level, and uh, the value addition will improve their value many times, because this money lenders they buy at the stage of harvesting itself. Absolutely there is no value addition of any products, like any this agriculture commodities, whether commercial crops or food crops, they are sold without value addition. If some value addition is done at village level, the farmers can also be benefited, because mechanization is very less, because our land holdings are very small. Many the companies they could not invest. Where the developed countries mechanization is more, their land holdings are also more, and they cultivate in a large economic scale, so that they can make agreement with directly with the processing industries, and they can have buyback agreement too. Even if the rates fall also, they will announce this crop holiday. They don't grow any crops. But in India, it is a subsistence level. If they do not grow, they can't to sustain. They have to grow their cereal crop and they have to sustain themselves. And whatever little surplus is there, they are selling. That is the thing. But we have to, as your agriculture graduate, you can have many innovations, innovative things for, because crop diversification is important. We have to protect our plant varieties and our genetic resources, crop genetic resources, and diversify our crops. And we have to high value commercial agriculture crops have to be promoted, so that our their income levels, farmers income levels also we can improve. Because I think this Hyderabad area there is a lot of demand for these fruits, vegetables. It is there every day. This Hyderabad truckloads of vegetables, fruits, they are coming from neighboring states, because it is we our farmers they are unable to fulfill the demand of this high value agriculture crops. This because they are perishable. This fruit crops, vegetable crops, they are perishable, and that's why they farmer can't take risk, because they go for traditional crops. But if we give some subsidy, some buyback agreement, or some marketing linkage, some institutional support, if we provide, they will come forward to grow these commercial crops, agriculture, whether fruit crops or vegetable crops. Even in international market also, our fruits, vegetables, nuts, our spices, a lot of demand is there in international market. But farmers, very less farmers, they participate in export too. Very few middlemen, big corporates, they are involving in this food processing and export, like MDH masala. The spices are grown by farmers only, but they will do billions of rupees market business they are doing there. Because we have to farmers, they can adapt to this commercial crops like spices, fruits, nuts, even this pulses also, oil seeds also. There is a lot of demand in domestic Indian market as well as international market also. People are not cultivating much, because there is no proper export mechanism or proper support for export food processing, and because we are made signatory to TRIPS and other GATT and other now WTO. Even this international export needs certain standards need to be maintained. There should not be any pesticide residue, any pest or disease free. The food item should be. Then only it will fetch market in the international price in the international market. And that is the reason farmers are unable to compete with international markets. China is dumping their these fruits, vegetables to India, because they are maintaining certain standards. But we have to compete so that we can capture international market, and our farmers can be benefited. Even our dairy industries also. In Hyderabad also, a lot of demand for meat is there, but this stall feeding is very less for meat. Every day, these truckloads of even poultry industry very much developed. in because you are agriculture graduates, but we can't separate agriculture and animal husbandry separately. We have to adopt integrated farming methods, like you have to integrate even forestry into your agriculture crops, so that you will the farmer will have certain kind of insurance type of thing. Now agri RT models, agri Sylvie models, they are proposing, because they can grow crops simultaneously with horticulture tree species. And some because carbon sequestration is also important too. Now this green credit concept has come, and people will grow for paddy. It will release methane gas, that is contributing to greenhouse gas. And some farmers, if they adapt to some alternate crop instead of paddy, they will get some green credits. That is the concept of green credit concept. And there will be some, get some incentive if some registry comes, and if somebody takes up alternate to that greenhouse gas emission reducing crops, then they will get some carbon credits and incentives, such kind of gazette notification issued, but it is not percolating into masses. And we have to adopt such innovative technologies in agriculture also, because agriculture, if we develop agriculture and food processing industries, we can to the extent possible we can eliminate poverty, because India, most of the poor people are living in India. BPL people are largest number in India only than in Africa or any other country. Even Bangladesh is also performing better. But we also improve rural credit system, microfinancing system, and we have to improve, and we can promote rural industries, especially this food processing industries, phytochemical industries, even medicinal plants or other crops also. um, they have a lot of demand in international market, like essential oil, some phytochemicals, many like lemongrass oil, such kind of things. Even food additives, they can be have market potential. They, the farmers can grow, but there is a lack of information. Lot of information is lacking with the farmers. Nowadays, some of the progressive farmers, they are coming, like some farmers, they are taking up dragon fruit crops in and around Hyderabad. Such innovative technology they are adopting, and with less inputs they are getting better remuneration, better prices for their produce. Such kind of agriculture activities you have to take up, you have to promote, instead of going for traditional sustainable subsistence agriculture methods. Some innovative technologies you have to adapt to. Then only our agriculture productivity can be improved, and farmers can also be benefited. Our poverty can be eliminated. And uh, this agriculture, coming to agriculture courses, many research organizations also working. You can complete your post graduation also, and you can join in ICR as scientist, or many of agriculture postgraduates, after doing their entomology, pathology, agronomy, soil science, genetics, tree breeding courses, many have joined in our council also as scientists. Many of our scientists are from your background only, agriculture background. You have a lot of potential, and you can appear for competitive exams like Indian Forest Service or other competitive exams after your graduation. And you will find jobs, like I have passed UPSC exam and joined Indian Forest Service. Like you can choose, you should have some idea about your future career. Even in your agriculture sector also, you can become an entrepreneur. Like lot of demand for biopesticides, biofertilizer companies are coming up new innovative with ideas, like blue green algae based biofertilizers, like plant based herbicides and plant based insecticides, plant based fungicides. They are developing our scientists, and they are very uh, good for ecology as well as for this organic products. They have demand. Those who, nowadays we are discouraging, because we are signatory to CBD. There are lot of negative effects on the ecology and biodiversity. That's why we are discouraging chemical fertilizers and chemical pesticides. You can come up with such models, agriculture models, where you can minimize this pesticide use, fertilizer use, and you can adapt to biofertilizers, biopesticides, plant-based uh, uh, fungicides, plant-based insecticides we can use, so that we can produce your organic food products. They find high demand in international market. Even you must have noticed in all supermarket, organic food items are kept in separate racks and they will be sold at higher prices. In international market also, this organic agriculture commodities, food items, they find more market, like because they don't want pesticide or other. Even because of this pesticide effect in Punjab, Haryana, wherever the cotton is grown, you see every many people with cancer and such effects. Even though this green revolution and use of fertilizers and pesticides, it has contributed to our food production. We have increased our food production many times after independence, because we are now surplus in food grain production. There is no deficit, and we are exporting also our rice and wheat and other products. But we have to reduce, we have to adopt organic farming methods, so that we can produce pesticide free, residue free uh, food grains, food products, and fruits, vegetables especially. They should be devoid of this pesticide residues. And pollution is a major problem wherever industrial sewage and it is released into agriculture lands. That is somewhat some heavy metals are accumulating in food chain, like even those cattle, they are eating this grass grown in this sewage water. Some heavy metals are accumulated, mercury and arsenic, some other lead and other components they accumulate, and they are entering into milk also. Such things should be avoided. And even where soils, uh, where industries release effluents, they are also affected. They are polluted. Groundwater is polluted in and around Hyderabad and other cities, and we have to um, adapt to effective methods for treatment of this uh, sewage waste, industrial waste, and we can generate fertilizer, pesticide after reducing this effect of these heavy metals and other uh, deleterious compounds, which will not be which accumulate, and there will be a biomagnification in food chain. You should avoid those things. And uh, that is the concept of green agriculture. Green credits also you can develop, and we can I think this organic food is better, and millets are the good. Millets, that is the healthy diet, millets. And fruits, vegetables we have to promote. Even storage facilities we are lacking, no, because we have to create storage facilities at village level, cold storage facilities. Because as you have noticed, in the season, farmers get to 5 rupees or 10 rupees per kg for this onions. And during lean season, during crop season, but during lean season, this market price will go up to 100 rupees per kg, because this the middlemen are getting benefited, but there is no farmer societies, or they may not be having adequate this cold storage facilities we need to create. That is in demand. You yourself can establish a cold storage facility in your area, so that farmers can store their produce, and they can sell when the price, they fetch good price in the market. Such so that they can farmers they can directly benefit from uh, they cannot be affected due to market fluctuations. And we need to protect farmer from this market fluctuations and this uh, monsoon gambling, because ours is Indian agriculture is a gambling in our monsoon, because if monsoon fails, agriculture fails. Very few areas this irrigation facilities are there. Ours is a rain-fed agriculture in Telangana or in most of the states, but we need to protect the farmer from vagaries of nature also. Even in some land, degradation is a major problem because of deforestation. And during rainy season, lot of soil is lost into the sea because of erosion. That's why what we do, we do This protection plantations in the catchment areas of rivers, catchment areas of projects, catchment areas of tanks, because siltation has become a major problem. Many tanks, reservoirs, they are being silted because of lack of forest and soil erosion. Lot of silt, lot of soil is eroded and filling the projects, our reservoirs and rivers, because of there is a very nice there used to be a regular rain pattern, but nowadays because of this climate change effect and El Nino effect, very few in monsoon season, very few days if they are receiving very heavy rainfall, and afterwards continuous prolonged drought is we are seeing, witnessing. That is also not good for agriculture. Even though we have storage facilities, water irrigation reservoirs, and hydro electric projects, irrigation projects we have, they are also facing this siltation problem. We have to protect our forest area so that we can conserve our soil resources, because soil is important, because we have high cattle pressure also. 2% of land area, world's land area in our country, but we have 17 to 18% cattle population of the world, and we have 16 to 70% of the world human population in India only on this 2% of world's land area. But that's why our agriculture is very intensive agriculture we are practicing. We have little land holdings are less, but still we are uh, production is also good. At the same time we are conserving our forest areas, even though our forests are, most of the forests are degraded because of high biotic pressure. We need to improve our forest areas. We need to conserve our biological resources, forest biodiversity, as well as agriculture biodiversity. And at the same time, we have to conserve our soils. If we have taken up this soil health card project, ICR also they have taken up soil health card project, because without knowing soil fertility, you can't grow crop. You should know the fertility of the soil, and so that you can choose such a crop, suitable crop for that site quality. And even for our raising our forest plantation also, we will see the site quality. And we are working on this forest soil health cards for all forest divisions of India, our council. Like ICR, they are doing forest health cards, they are releasing for each and every district of India. Indian Council of Agriculture Research, they are publishing. And we also, our forestry council, we are also working on soil health cards for all the forest divisions of India, so that if we know the soil health status, we can take up the suitable plantation. And all soils are not suitable for all crops. And farmer also, you have to advise the farmer, because we have soil analysis facilities in our lab and in your college also. Soil analysis is important, and if you know the soil health status, soil nutritional status, whether it is acidic soil or alkaline soil, suitable amendments you can prescribe. And you can prescribe if any deficit mineral is there, you can prescribe for nutrient, because most of the farmers, they are using nitrogen based farm fertilizers, and potassium sometimes based fertilizers they are not using, and uh, nitrogen they are using more, and that also not good for soil health. And the soil also need good balanced nutrition for healthy growth of crops. Like we need balanced diet, soils also need balanced fertilizer. And uh, for that soil health cards we are preparing. And soil health status, soils is one of the major problem. Even forest department also, in coastal areas we take up this shelter belt plantations in like in uh, Rajasthan. If we go, farmers grow their crop overnight, the one sand dune will come and it will cover up the entire crop before harvesting the crop. And what forest department, we are raising shelter belt plantation, so that the shifting of sand dunes can be prevented. And soils is important. uh, Soil management is important. Not only protection forests we are raising, shelter belt plantations in this desert areas. And we need to reclaim our wastelands, because most of the lands in the area They are degraded, rocky, ravine soils, where we have to bring them into productivity so that we can further increase our agriculture productivity. What we see, you must have seen in newspaper, many these sub-Saharan countries, Sahara desert area countries, African countries, North Africa, the people migrate to Europe through Mediterranean Sea in country boats, and the boats will capsize and they will die. Why they migrate? Because the Saharan desert area, the crops they don't get to. Agriculture is not very um, impossible, very not much developed. That's why poverty is more. They can't get any livelihood source. That's why people resort to migration. But if the agriculture productivity is good, you can people migrations can be avoided. They will get employment. At least they can sustain people, and that's why we have to maintain our soil, water resources, forest resources. We have to conserve so that too we can improve our agriculture productivity also. I think they are getting late. I think they are angry. I think I will discontinue. I will stop here, and thank you for listening patiently, all of you, and thank you.